So Zabi just posted some unused assets that are in the files of War Thunder for the dev server, but are not in the actual game. Stuff that it's basically hidden in the files that was not added to the game. We have new aircraft, new ships, unused aircraft loadouts, and more. Okay, guys, so let's talk a little bit about it. First of all, two new unused aircraft. The Hunter Mark 58A from 1971 as Swiss vehicle and coming for Germany, I would assume. Is it actually coming or not? We don't know. And what is the Mark 58A? Well, it would be very, very similar to the 58 that we already have. Actually, it would be very similar to the Hunter FGA-9. Yes, it is basically an export model of that aircraft for the Swiss. So it is a tiny little bit heavier, like 200 kilos or something. That's due to extra strength on the wings, etc., to be able to handle certain payloads for ground attack, and also some stick changes to be able to do better maneuvers in ground attacks and stuff like that. There are many changes. It would be basically the FGA-9 that we have in the game as a premium that is hidden right now for the British, right? So yeah, very cool. Apparently only a texture, so we don't know if it's going to come as an aircraft or anything like that, but it would be cool, isn't it? Maybe different loadout or something like that. Another one is that only we have the model of it, the Seahawk Mark 50. It would be a Seahawk aircraft to the Netherlands. I mean, probably coming to something like the French, right? I would assume, right? I mean, since they are using those like aircraft and stuff like that, right? What is the Mark 50? Well, it's an export variant based on the FGA-6, which is the version of the British, right? It would be basically very similar to that, right? Maybe some changes in payloads and stuff and names and stuff, but overall it would be that. The Royal Netherlands Navy Seahawk, which is pretty cool, right? Then we have some other things, like, for example, three new ships, the Fremantle, the Amagi, and the MAS 441. Then we have some new unused loadouts. We have some interesting things like a loadout for the A-10C that only has two AGM-65Ds, one for just two AGM-65Es, which would be interesting since that thing is actually carrying the L. But I mean, the E and the L are pretty much the same, aren't they? Like, I don't know. I mean, they're very similar to each other, so yeah, it should be very similar. So I don't think it will have any differences. I have to check. Let me even check right now, to be honest, while I talk with you guys. Yeah, basically, yeah, just checked in the files. The AGM-65E, the E2, and the L are pretty much the same. They're just copies of the E, right? So doesn't mean much, to be honest. Then we have another thing that is pretty interesting. We have some fire bombs for the F-111s, some other like bombs and stuff like that, like a depth charger bomb for the HE-111, which is pretty interesting. And then some other like guided bombs and stuff like that for the JF-17, and the LD-10 for the JF-17. What is the LD-10? Well, guys, it is an SD-10, so kind of a PL-12. Fox 3 missile, yeah, right? Well, yeah, it's the same missile, but with a seeker that allows the missile to track anti-aircraft radars. So basically, it's a SEAD missile. Yes, we have a JF-17 that apparently has an ARM missile, anti-radiation missile, in the game, and it's not any missile. It's a very interesting missile because it is a PL-12, basically a PL-12 that can do SEAD. So yeah, crazy, right? Pretty cool. We have some other like bombs and minor things, and then we have some missiles. We have the AGM-65F that it's being unused. That would be very similar to the E as well, to the D, sorry, as well. with infrared guidance and optimize it for the USN to the Navy to be able to track ships using the body and the warhead of the Maverick E. So it's kind of a mixture between the D and the F, made for the Navy to attack ships. That's pretty much what it is. What is going to add this? I don't know. I don't see anything that is using right now this. So F-18? No, I don't think it's the F-18. But, you know, something of the Navy will receive this missile in the future. We have to wait and see. Then we have probably the most interesting ones, with just some references to it. We don't know if it's gonna come or not, okay? But the Rustal? I have no idea how to pronounce this. X-4. Yes, guys. The wire-guided air-to-air missile from Germany in World War II. This is interesting. I mean, useful, not that much. I mean, it's an air-to-air missile, has even an acoustic proximity fuse, which is pretty cool, and a BMW engine that uses hypergolic fuel, man. If you know what a hypergolic fuel is you know, it's those pesky Germans, right? Couldn't they just use normal fuels to do a missile like this? But yeah, they did use a hypergolic mixture in the fuel of this missile, which is very toxic, and it's a type of fuel that basically just if you combined with the oxidizer, it just explodes immediately. It's very, very dangerous to use these things, and very, very toxic. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, the wire-guided X-4 that could be added to some aircraft, I guess, like maybe a Focke-Wulf 190, like maybe Messerschmitts. Depends. I mean, they did test in many aircraft, but it wasn't the most effective thing ever. And the war was ending and stuff. But, you know, I mean, I don't know if it was actually by the time, I think it was like, the first flight occurred in 1944, so it's, you know, Germany, late war, problematic with their projects and stuff to get to production and stuff, right? But, yeah, this missile could be added technically, so that would be cool. And then some other naval assets like the LCG M101 that was already leaked by other leakers, the Manxman, the Yuri, the VTB-10 and 12, all made by Olivia. So very, very cool. Very, very cool. I will leave the complete list of these stuffs in the description. Okay, you can go check it out. But yeah, very, very cool to see some of these stuff. Hopefully they're all added because, yeah, they're very cool. But probably not that's not gonna happen, right? But still. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one. So yeah, guys, bye. See ya.